It's a goal! Can you believe it? It's extraordinary.
Right, there were highs and lows right across the weekend. The most universally glorious moment was just full of joy, and that was Eddie Betts. So you know a thing or two about being one of the competition's favourites and feeling the affection of the whole football world. Well, it swelled to Eddie Betts back in his 300th game.
When I'm playing my best footy, I don't think at all. I'm just having fun, I'm enjoying, I'm smiling. You're just actually playing.
Here's Sloan in the pocket. Eddie Harbrow. Eddie. Oh, yes! Yes! You're a magician! Vintage Eddie Betts.
It's stolen from the pocket. Oh, what a goal that is. In game 300, Eddie produces another bit of magic.
You are just an absolute freak. He is the only player in the world that can do that.
Some of the goals that I've kicked, I've kind of watched it back and I think, how did I do that? In that moment, you're just not thinking, it's just instinct. Sometimes they go through, sometimes they don't, but when they do, it's always a big smile.
And a big smile was what it was worth. I reckon everywhere around the country just off the couch. As soon as it happened, you're just off the couch going, oh, what a signature moment for him.
Well, it's refreshing to hear that he actually doesn't know how he does it when he looks back and sees those goals. But he... I was under the impression that the Eddie Betts pocket was in front of the scoreboard on the hill. That was on the wrong side. Yep. I don't know what he's doing. He's ruined the script there.
Named the wrong pocket after him.
Named the wrong pocket after him. But what a fantastic player. He is absolutely loved by nearly every supporter out there. What colours you wear, but because of things like this is why people come through the gates, pay their money, pay their memberships to see, I suppose, acts like this, and it's not a fluke. We know he's produced it before. He's kicked a goal from nearly exactly the same position. He kicked that left foot torpedo that somehow went through and won goal of the year, and this could be, well, this is the goal of the year at this stage in the season.
So there's the raw and instinctive skill. There's the audaciousness to do it. So we marvel at his deeds on the field, but for you, Jack, he's becoming a transcendent figure as well in the way that he's leading our football community.
Yeah, well, social media has obviously become really prevalent, and unfortunately social media abuse and racism, in Eddie's case, has gotten over the top, and he's got the ability to, he's put himself in the spotlight, and by doing that he's unfortunately put himself in the gun for more vile comments, and it shows the character he is, that he would have known that would have been coming from him. He would have been thinking, look, I really hope this doesn't happen, but I'm going to make a stand and really stand up for his background, for his family, and for Indigenous culture and Australia. And I think that's the legacy that he will leave. There's players out there that play 300 games for their club, and they're club champions. But he is a champion of change. He is a champion of the AFL. There will be an award down the track, no doubt. Hopefully it's the Goal of the Year award, but there will be an off-field award that is named after Eddie Betts because of the legacy he is providing us.
The perpetual Eddie Betts Goal of the Year.
That's it.
That's got a nice ring to it. It was such a great moment, and he deserved it. And he'd been prepared to sort of share the week with everybody, and that's, I think, the modern footballer is totally up for that. So he was messing around with Brad Johnson in the pre-game, and the family's a big part of it. So we all get taken in. We get taken into his story, we get taken into his family, we get taken into the celebration, and then when the game is won, he finishes with 6 goals and he produces that sort of moment. You go, that's why he's such a loved figure in the game, and spectacular.
Well, I think the side story to this is that 6 goals was great, but he was cheering for 5 goals because he'd made the bet with his brother-in-law that if he kicked 5 goals, his brother-in-law would get the Eddie Betts caricature tattooed on his left buttock, and that happened today. And following Eddie on Instagram today was quite humorous actually and enjoyable. They camped the media outside the tattoo parlour, and it's all fun with Eddie. You just, if you went back and looked at his career, he's smiling 98% of the times he's out in the field. And the start of the play on there, he talks about playing fun. He doesn't have a word, or he doesn't have a feeling that he tries to get into to play his best football. He goes out there and plays fun, and it's why kids start playing the game. They love to kick the footy. They love to kick the goals. They love to be Eddie Betts in the pocket. So he is a a great example of why we love the game.
I don't want to plough straight on without a bit of Eddie Betts reflection from you. Jack and I who couldn't? We loved it.
Jack spoke brilliantly about him, and when you hear one of his peers talk like that, it just makes you think that it's not just us, the public, who are in awe of Eddie. I tweeted last night when he kicked this goal, Jerry, where were you? I was like everyone else, I was on the couch watching.
And then suddenly you're off the couch.
I thought, wow. And I thought everyone will tweet wow. And so I tweeted, Eddie. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was.
And anyone who has ever been lucky to speak to Eddie one-on-one, and we spoke to him last week, Jared, and he's just a ripping, honest, sincere person. Everyone just wants to be happy for him. Absolutely happy. I like the idea of Jack's, an award after Eddie. It's got a nice ring to it, hasn't it?
It does. Did you enjoy the Eddie Betts moment, Leon?
Yeah, absolutely outstanding, wasn't it, Jared? I mean, 6 goals in his 300th game. I mean, firstly, just to reach the milestone is phenomenal. We all know the sort of player he is at Carlton and obviously the Crows now. Well respected throughout the AFL fraternity, but then to go and kick 6 goals and then on top of that, kick the goal, probably one of the goals of the year already, off balance, boundary, left foot check. I mean, you just sit back and admire great players. It's hard when you're actually playing in that particular game. And, Stewie Jude would have, be sitting there thinking, how phenomenal is Betts, but then equally, they're on top clearly, and that's hard to take in. But when you're actually watching it from afar on TV on a Sunday from home, you actually see, geez, he's a fantastic player. So, yeah, it was great to see.